What's up, people? Coming at you with, I think it's part 3 of the Ovrlnd Camper interior build out. Give you a quick update of what's going on. I just finished building this bench seat for the front cab facing part of the camper. Pardon the stuff underneath. I just came back from visiting some friends up the coast. But essentially with building this, I wanted to build just some seating area with some storage underneath, but keeping the build as simple as possible. I didn't want to add so much weight to the truck as this cabinet did. So I wanted to be super simple and like use as minimal wood as I could. So what I did was I made the seat as tall as the bed sides of my truck. So the top of the seat is actually just sitting on top of the bed rails. So I didn't need to box out the frame of this bench to make it really strong, since it's just sitting on top. And what that did was also maximize my usable space. Instead of having straight walls in the back, I can stuff stuff all the way back into the corners or round areas of the truck. So that was pretty handy. Also gave me a spot to mount a fire extinguisher. The actual dimensions of this seat I just took based off of the patio cushions you get from like Lowe's or Home Depot. So I just made it as wide as these cushions, so then I didn't have to search around for crazy cushions or make anything custom. This was just able to fit right off the shelf into the truck. For these side bites, I did have to cut and sew up the ends of these cushions, but that was really simple, and you could probably do that on any sewing machine or sew it by hand just to size these up to the right size. Eventually I might want to cut some holes out of the top of this and make a little lid so I can access some stuff stored underneath from this side hatch that I have from the side of the truck. But for now, this is going to work really well just to sit, and you can place things on top and still reach it from the outside with this side hatch. The height of these seats are actually pretty nice. Even with the camper all the way down, I can still pretty comfortably sit in here. If I had to boondock or something and didn't want the camper popped up, you'd still be pretty comfortable chilling in here with the camper down. Next step is I want to figure out some sort of table that I can set up inside of here. I have this wood piece that I cut out to make this U. So maybe I can utilize that with like a center post to do some sort of table in here, but we'll see if I get around to that. Or I want to be able to store that tabletop that's out of the way. I got to figure out how I want to do that. And then the next step after this is to figure out what I'm going to do with the floor. I'm leaning towards staining it and sealing it up with the same sealant that I put on this cabinet. So that'll be a video that I make coming out here soon too. I've got a couple questions online about dust mitigation in the truck and how I went about sealing up my tailgate. And I just went pretty much the simplest route. I got this rubber tailgate seal off Amazon. It has really strong 3M adhesive on the back, and it just sticks on here and fills up the gap between the tailgate and the bed of the truck. And I had a pretty considerable gap actually, because my tailgate was dented from having stuff in the back. And this stuff's actually pretty awesome. I think I'd highly recommend it so far. Of course, it's not going to be a perfect seal. Like, there's still some gaps here, but it's definitely going to help keep some dust out for sure. These Ovrlnd campers themselves, they do a really good job when they install it on your truck to get rubber seals around everything. and it actually seals up super nice. I haven't had any dust get in through the camper itself, only through my actual tailgate. But I'll show you, when you close these barn doors, you can actually hear the rubber squishing and making a solid seal when you close the doors. Okay, try to hear this. Rubber seal fills up all the gaps. I also just finished making this window cover for the side window on the camper. And the rest of this video, I'm going to show you guys how I built that and what I used to attach it to the window frame. This is my F150 sewing machine, manufactured in 1950 and handed down to me by my aunt. I'm going to be using it to sew up some curtains I'm making for the truck. For a 75-year-old machine, you can hear how smoothly this thing still runs. I plan on attaching my curtains with snaps using this snap and press by Sailrite. And here I zoom in so you can pause and see the snap fasteners that I'm going to be using to attach to the sidewalls of the truck. Here's the screw snap that goes into the wall, and then the snap socket and button is on the right. This is a really handy tool I highly recommend you getting. They're called Easy Fit pin sockets. And what they allow you to do is mark where your button is going to be on the material that you're attaching. So in this case, I'll be pinning it to my curtain, and that'll mark where I need to use the grommet tool to install the other half of the pin button. And there we have it. Just got to clean up a couple little strings hanging there, but other than that, curtain looks good. All right, thank you guys for watching. See you on the next one.